The Amazing Spider-Man! The Invasion of the Dragon Men!
It is a warm summer night on a hilltop far from the bright lights of the city. A group of beginner students in astronomy gazes up at the northern stars. Their instructor is speaking.
The easiest way to identify the constellations is to start with Ursa Major, the Big Dipper.
There it is. It's beautiful.
Boy, am I thirsty. Could you pour me a Coke out of that dipper?
Very funny, Jimmy.
And over there, opposite the Big Dipper, lies Cassiopeia, Queen of the Heavens.
Looks like the letter W.
Right. Now look carefully. Halfway between the Big Dipper and Cassiopeia lies Polaris, guiding star of our planet Earth. Hey, this is a drag. Come on, Sue. Let's split and go over there by ourselves.
Gee, I don't know.
Nobody will even notice we're gone.
Well, okay, but just for a little while.
And there, winding a huge coil around Polaris like a serpent getting ready to strike, lies Draco the Dragon.
Wow! Really looks like a dragon. And hey, look at all those shooting stars. Almost like the dragon is breathing fire right down at us.
That's just a meteor shower, but it is unusually bright.
I'd swear they landed right there on the other side of the hill.
What an imagination she's got. Hey, isn't this better than being with them?
Well, Jimmy, look!
Huh? Good Lord, get down, Sue. Don't move.
Those creatures!
They have almost human bodies.
And dragon head.
They're heading right toward the others.
And look at that one, bigger than the rest. He looks like he is a dragon, breathing smoke and fire.
But he walks like a man.
I think he sees us.
Earth people, hear me and hear me well. I, Draco, King of the Dragon Men, Master of the Heavens, from this moment on shall rule over planet Earth. Your fate is sealed.
The next morning, down at the Daily Bugle, publisher J. Jonah Jameson is furious.
Listen to this. Mysterious disappearance of young group of students terrifies country, baffles police. That's from the Clarion. And this, reports of strange lights, UFOs, and weird creatures from space have aroused fear and panic in the countryside. That's from the Ledger. And what have we got? Not a word, not a picture.
Mr. Jameson, these reports just came in. You better look at them.
Invasion by creatures from space confirmed. New York City may be their next objective. Eyewitnesses describe space creatures as dragon men. Parker!
Yes, sir?
Parker, this is the biggest thing of the century. You get out there and get me some pictures fast, or you're through. You got that?
Yes, sir. Is he mad?
And as for the rest of you so-called reporters...
Dragon men. Oh, boy, I never did go for all that space creature jiving. Uh-oh, my spider sense is tingling.
Hi, Peter. Where are you going in such a hurry?
Hi, Mary Jane. Old Jameson sent me on a wild goose chase. He's really freaking out.
Mind if I join you?
Oh, come on. Only, you're gonna have to move fast. Something strange going down. Everywhere I walk, it's like danger walking along with me, especially when I pass a manhole or a sewer.
Peter Parker, are you talking to yourself again?
Huh? Oh, sorry, MJ. Look, this thing's bugging me. I'll call you soon, okay?
Well, if that's the way you feel.
Hated to do that, but I gotta get back to my pad, switch into my Spider-Man outfit. Old Webhead gotta take a the sidewalks of New York, and I don't mean the song of the same title.
Late that afternoon, in one of the myriad of subterranean passages beneath the streets of the city,
Yuck! Boy, I can think of 100 places I'd rather be than down here in the sewer system of New York. But from the minute I got here, my spider sense has been jumping like a yo-yo. Every passage I've been in has been sending out danger signals, and yet I haven't seen... Hey, wait a minute. Light up ahead. Gotta move in closer. Look at that! A huge control room of some kind. I wasn't here before, and who or what is running those machines? Jump in Jupiter, it's the Dragon Men! And up on that platform, that's gotta be the leader. He's a dragon, an honest-to-goodness, fire-eating, smoke-breathing dragon, standing up like a 10-foot man and...
Welcome, Spider-Man. Come in.
Holy cow, he even talks like a man. And how does he know me? I gotta play this cool. At your service, Mr.
We can dispense with pretense, Spider-Man.
Not a bad rhyme for a dragon.
Draco, King of the Dragon Men, has not descended from the heavens to bandy words with mere earthlings.
Then why has Draco come?
Since you are about to die, I'll tell you why. By midnight tonight, your time, the mighty Draco will be master of planet Earth.
From what I see right here, looks like he could do it, too. Gotta stall for time, learn his plan. Sounds like a tall order, even for a bragging dragon.
Your insolence is beneath my notice, Spider-Man. But the minute I activate this miniature model of my hydromagnetic energy deactivator...
Miniature? It must be 20 feet long by 10 feet high.
Precisely. This miniature HMD will instantaneously paralyze every energy source in this city.
Every energy source? You mean people, too?
Obviously, every living thing in its minuscule way is an energy source and will be deactivated, paralyzed, as you might say.
Then what? New York is only one small part of the world.
When word of this event is heard all around your so-called world, I shall issue an ultimatum which will bring it to its knees, subject to the rule of Draco.
Gotta stop him and his machine somehow.
But first I shall dispose of the one Earthling who might get in my way. You, Spider-Man. When Draco next speaks, you shall die.
Wow, that was close. He's a walking flamethrower. Shot that flame out of his mouth 30 feet away. Ha ha ha! You missed, old buddy. You want to try again? Gotta lure him away from that machine long enough to get a shot at him. Come on, I'm waiting for you. Or is the mighty Draco afraid to get off his pedestal?
Draco fears nothing or no one, least of all you, Spider-Man.
Ah, he's off the platform, coming toward me. Just a little more, baby, that's it.
Die, Spider-Man!
Missed again, chum! Now's my chance to get some of Spidey's patented heavy-duty, icky, sticky web fluid all over the controls of that machine, like this! Got it! I've deactivated the deactivator. What does that do to your flaky plan, Drakey baby?
Dragonman! Seize him! Destroy him!
Uh-oh. I wondered how long before they got into the act. There's too many of them. Gotta get out of here fast.
Don't let him get away! Take him! Stop him!
I'm positive one of these tunnels leads to the control room of the city's water supply. Wow! There it is! Man, those old spider instincts really come in handy down here. Now, to divert the water flow just long enough to flood the underground passages. Uh-oh, here come a few of Draco's pretty boys. A couple of well-aimed shots by the web slinger. And they're out of action. Now to turn on the flood. And get out of here!
It is now 10 o'clock that night.
Nice to be on the streets of New York instead of under them.
Get the latest here, special night edition. Dragon Men destroyed an underground flood. Now revealed to have been robots, not humanoids. Dragon Men destroyed. Get the latest here.
Robots? From outer space? Gotta get me up high where the air is fresh and I can clear my head and do some thinking. A little web slinging and up, and away I go! Hey, you know, this old Empire State Building is still pretty high. And how clear the stars look from up here. There's the Big Dipper, and Cassiopeia, and Polaris. And well, what do you know? Draco the Dragon, still up there. Then the leader of the Dragon Men wasn't an invader from space.
Correction, Spider-Man. Isn't an invader from space.
You, Draco, or whatever your name is, so you managed to escape.
Though you destroyed my army, you can never destroy Draco.
Come off it, Drakey, old chum. Tell me, who are you really, and why the masquerade?
This is no masquerade, I assure you. I am Demosthenes Q. Drake.
Demosthenes Drake, winner of the Nobel Prize in Biology?
At your service.
But he was reported lost during an expedition down the Amazon years ago.
Simply a cover story for my greatest experiment.
Don't tell me you allowed yourself to be bitten by a radioactive dragon, like I was bitten by a spider.
You, my friend, are nothing but a freak, a mutation by accident. Draco is the triumphant result of the deliberate introduction of the genes of a giant species of iguana into the bloodstream of a human.
Transforming gentle little Demosthenes Drake into a huge fire-eating dragon that walks like a man?
And now, once and for all, we shall test Darwin's law of the survival of the fittest.
Pretty sneaky, Draco. But you missed again. Your aim hasn't improved, and neither is your breath. You ought to try Fresh, the mouthwash for droopy dragons.
Your infantile wit will not save you, Spider-Man. Now, for the first time, you will feel the full power of the King of Dragons.
Wow! He shot flames from both hands and his mouth. Didn't expect that. Uh-oh. Poisonous fumes got me. Nearly paralyzed. I can hardly move.
I've got you. And now I'm going to enjoy tearing you limb from limb.
He's coming at me full speed. If he hits me, I'm a goner.
Now, die, Spider-Man!
Gotta move. Now! He went over the edge. Hit that roof 20 floors below. Gotta get down and look at him close up. My head's clearing now. Fumes wearing off. Well, I'll be. There's nothing left, not a thing. Wait a minute, what's that? I don't believe it. An iguana. A tiny iguana crawling away. Just disappeared down that hole in the wall. What an inglorious end to the career of the great Demosthenes Drake. But what a great day for the world!
The Mark of the Man-Wolf. The Amazing Spider-Man has many friends, but Jonah Jameson, publisher of the powerful Daily Bugle, isn't one of them.
What is this, Robertson? Be kind to criminals day?
Now, Jonah, all I said was we'd better be sure about our facts before we publicly condemn Spider-Man. If it turns out he is innocent...
Innocent? Maybe you don't understand, Robertson. A man has been killed. A man who happened to be a good friend of mine. And I believe that wall-crawling menace is responsible. I know it. So get this, Robertson. Since I can't hire someone to bring that killer in, I intend to see justice done another way, by making the public demand his capture at once.
I'm only your city editor, Jonah, but I think you're making a grave mistake.
Wait a second, Robbie. We've got company.
I'll talk to you later then, Jonah.
Hi, Dad. Thought I'd drop by to pick you up for dinner. It's time you met my fiancée, Christine Saunders.
Fiancée? Well, I must say, it's about time. We were finished, weren't we, Robbie?
If you say so, Jonah. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Sorry, Robbie. This is my son, John. John's just retired from astronautics. He was one of the last men to make a moonwalk. Son, this is Joe Robertson, my city editor.
Glad to meet you, John.
Same here, Mr. Robertson. Sorry we've got to rush off. Moments later in the hall outside. Dad, would you excuse me a moment?
John, are you all right, son? You're white as a sheet and you're trembling.
I'm sorry, Dad. Got a touch of the flu.
The flu? You better take care of yourself, John.
Like I said, Dad, sorry. I've been under a strain. I'd better get home. Later this same evening, in a brownstone overlooking the Hudson River, a door opens, releasing a sliver of yellow light and the stumbling form of a young man. Nothing I can do. It's happening again. I'm changing. And in several seconds, we see before us a man-wolf. Whoever was present in this creature a moment ago is gone. Now there is only an animal, seeking someone. It runs through the darkness. Now and then it climbs and leaps from roof to roof as it hunts its quarry. And that quarry is man, one but human. A head, the man-wolf thinks. The one I hunt is a head. One final leap, and he looks across at the human being he seeks. And in one sleek motion, the man-wolf leaps.
What in the name of heaven? Who are you and what's the meaning of this? Do you realize who I am? The name is Jonah Jameson, my friend, and I'll have you know J. Jonah Jameson is not the kind of man to be amused by some sort of infantile joke. I demand an explanation for this ridiculous costume. I'm warning you.
It is then, of course, that Jameson realizes the creature before him is not wearing a costume. And it is then, naturally, that J. Jonah Jameson becomes afraid. And by then, you see, it's already far too late.
Good Lord in heaven! No!
We hate to leave J. Jonah Jameson at a time like this, but a few minutes earlier, in another part of the city, Peter Parker, boy student, who is otherwise known as Spider-Man, is passing a newsstand. One glimpse of the Daily Bugle and...
That does it. This time Jameson's gone too far. The Spider-Man Menace, a new series by J. Jonah Jameson. Every time something happens in this town, Jameson blames me. According to Mr. Warmth, Spider-Man should be hunted down like a mad dog. Innocent till proven guilty. Remember that, Jameson? That's supposed to be the way we live. Why don't you leave me alone, Jameson? Why don't you leave me alone? I've had it, Jameson. You want me guilty? You've got it. I'll show you a menace, Jameson. You just better hope your insurance is paid up, buddy. Because, mister, you're gonna need it. I never asked to be bitten by that blasted radioactive spider. But I was, JJJ. And I've tried to make the best of it. But you just won't see that, will you? Maybe after tonight you'll be a little saner, JJJ. Maybe after you get a taste of what my webbing can really do, you'll leave me alone.
In some people, anger can burn for hours, but in others, it lasts only a minute or two. That's the way it is with Spider-Man, sometimes. Luckily for J. Jonah Jameson, this is one of those times. By coincidence, Spider-Man seems to have arrived at Jameson's apartment just at the right moment.
Now that's a kick in the head. Either Jameson's taken to keeping pets or I just saw a werewolf.
Spider-Man, you're in this too.
In case you hadn't noticed, Sweetums, I just saved your life. Say, Jonah, if I didn't think you were so lovable, I'd say White Fang here had a grudge against you. Think about it, Jameson. Have you insulted any werewolves lately? They don't scare me a bit. I've been spoiling for a good fight, and it's about time I...
Our hero isn't faring too well. Look out, Spider-Man! Look out! Spider-Man, unconscious. It wouldn't be fair to call Jonah Jameson a coward, but at this moment, he is frightened halfway to death. But not frightened enough to resist a snarling man-wolf.
What do you want with me? Why me? I've never done anything to you. Never attacked you. Why did you pick me?
As though in answer, the man-wolf backs off, and Jameson's eyes draw downward, and he sees what he has not seen before. Man stares at Wolf, and Wolf stares in turn, and something passes between the two. A wordless communication, a plea for help. Then, without another sound, the man-wolf springs from the window, leaving behind him one very quiet, middle-aged entrepreneur and a slowly stirring Spider-Man.
Jonah, what happened to Tall, Dark, and Hairy? Don't tell me you beat them all by your lonesome. If that gets out, we'll have to put you up against the heavyweight champ. Say, what's the deal, Jameson? Where are those snappy comebacks?
You're not going after him, Spider-Man. I won't allow it.
You won't what? After that character tried to kill you?
That doesn't matter. It's not important. If you attack him, I'll make you pay, you wall-crawling menace.
Look, I'm not your biggest fan, but that monster...
Spider-Man, I swear to you, if you move one muscle against that creature, I'll report this as an attempt on my life by you. Am I clear?
Loud and clear. Next time, remind me not to play Good Samaritan. Some people have a weird sense of gratitude.
Grateful? How can I be grateful to the man I hate most in the world? How can I be grateful when the mad killer he saved me from is my son?
Hours pass. The man-wolf leaps and lunges from roof to roof, searching. It can sense its prey. It seems like no other the man-wolf has ever sought. The one who attacked me, who sought to kill me. He is there. The one who must die.
Funny. We started this evening all knotted up. Now I feel kind of loose. It was the fight with the man-wolf. Somehow it released all my tensions, worked out all my anger. Almost. I can dig the world.
You spoke too soon, Spider-Man. Too soon.
Oh, no, not the man-wolf again. What are you doing here? Guess you're looking for a fight. Look out! You're pushing us over the edge. We're gonna fall. Last week in that crummy newspaper of his, but even JJJ couldn't pay a man to go this far, not to the point of suicide. For real, Bucky. He doesn't quite explain why you want to attack me.
But then, as our puzzled hero chances to glance down at his struggling assailant.
Wait a minute. And I see it before. But where? I can't remember where. Whoops! I blew it. Lost my attention, my grip, and next on the list is my life.
But a new element is added to the picture.
The moon. It's setting. And from the legends, that means you're due for a transformation. Just as I thought. As soon as you realize what's going to happen when the moon goes down, you split. Sorry. You're not getting off that easy. Suddenly, you've caught my interest with that pendant thing. And there's no way I'm letting you slip out of my hands until... A knock on the head you gave me a couple of hours ago in Jameson's pad. Oh, my head. Come on, Parker, you've got to snap out of it. You've got to think. Where have you seen that pendant before? Where?
Though he isn't aware of it, our hero is on the right track, and so is a certain publisher.
This is my son's apartment. All I can do is pray that I'm wrong. John? Son, are you there? Blasted boy, answer me! Oh, dear Lord, that costume. I'd recognize it anywhere. It's true, then. My son is a man-wolf. John, wake up! I demand an explanation, at once!
Dad, is that you?
Of course it's me, John. And I'm alone. Now, will you tell me what's happened to you? What sort of insanity?
I wish I were insane, Dad. It'd be easier to accept than this. For a moment, Jonah J. Jameson stares at the man he calls his son. And when he speaks again, his voice is softer.
Tell me, John. Please. I want to help.
If only you could. There's nothing you or anyone can do. This is my nightmare. I've got to get out of it myself, just as I got into it, all by myself. It all started 6 months ago at Cape Canaveral with the takeoff of a special unscheduled moon flight. It was the same as the previous public moon flight in every way. But what? I found something on the moon's surface. A rock. The strangest rock I'd ever seen. Right then, I was determined that it would be mine. Back on Earth, I had a friend who worked in the quarantine center. With a little coaxing, I got him to borrow the moon rock for me. I had my rock made into a pendant, and I took to wearing it around my neck. Didn't think much about it at first, until one night, I was taking the turnpike up to New York for a late dinner date with my fiancée, Christine. Something happened to me. Something inexplicable. That's funny. Suddenly I feel tired, exhausted. Mustn't be getting enough sleep. Either that or it's this blasted night driving. It wasn't the night driving. It was the moon. The sudden light touched me. I glanced up, and it was then that it began. The pendant, glowing, something about the moon. Lord in heaven, what's happening to me? Every month since then, I've been transformed. And to date, none of my efforts to stop that transformation have succeeded. Not even the radiation suit I had made to cut out the lunar rays. The first time I wore it, last night, the suit came apart. Just like my chances to see this madness through alive.
Don't talk like that, son. It's obvious you haven't thought this out at all. Why not just take off the pendant?
Don't you think I've thought of that, Dad? I have tried to remove the stone, but it's too late. It's grafted itself to my skin, permanently. 7 hours have passed.
7 hours? And now it's time to get on the trail of the man-wolf.
In another part of the city, at that certain brownstone, we find...
It's not like John to ignore a date. I hope he isn't sick. He has been acting oddly these past few weeks. That's funny. And I can hear the bell ringing upstairs. And if that isn't John up in the window, I need glasses. He wants to pretend I'm not here? All right, I'm not here.
And upstairs. Now it's your turn, Dad. Better leave. Something changes in me when I become that thing. I want to hurt the people I love, like Christine, and like you.
Now, son, if you're trying to tell me the reason you attacked me was to kill me, that's utter nonsense. You wanted my help, don't you see that, John? And you couldn't stop yourself, your animal self, from...
Meanwhile, a few blocks away, Spider-Man starts on his moonlight journey. Hurry, Spider-Man, hurry!
Great, what a good night's sleep can do. I almost feel like myself again. Now, what was going through my mind? A pendant. A pendant. Hey, wait a minute. My subconscious must have been working overtime because it just put 2 and 2 together and came up with 4. That costume the man-wolf was wearing, it wasn't fabric. It was some sort of insulation material, the kind used on spacesuits for astronauts. And it just hit me who I know that has an astronaut son. And who was attacked by a werewolf in astronaut clothing? J. Jonah Jameson.
A quick glance in the Manhattan telephone directory tells our hero what he needs to know, and so...
Maybe I'll have some good luck for a change. Bingo! Looks like I've hit the jackpot. It's the man-wolf. Here we go again, Wolfie. This time, I have a theory to try out. It's my guess that pendant is what's making you a werewolf. And so it has to come off, even if I have to tear it off.
Spider-Man, what's happening to him? He's changing.
Dear Lord, I didn't realize the pendant had grafted itself onto his skin.
The transformation begins, and the identity of the monster becomes apparent. All too painfully apparent.
John, son, are you all right?
He's just fine, Jameson. Now that this thing's off him. Better get him a doctor, though. Fast.
Doctor? What? The publicity?
Publicity? Your son's life was at stake, not to mention the lives of people he might have killed. Let's hope we stopped him in time.
Johnny, are you okay? Mr. Jameson, is he okay?
Answer her, Jameson. Tell her everything's real swell. Maybe someday you'll even begin to believe it yourself.
Spider-Man, wait,
Save it for the papers, Jonah. Save it for tomorrow.
And so ends another adventure of the Amazing Spider-Man.